Hi, my name is Mandy Dailey, and I am a star director. I have been with Scentsy since the end of May in 2020, so I joined right around COVID times, the big boom. My story is pretty crazy, actually. And I didn't know what was happening when it happened, but I actually became a director within the first 3 weeks of joining the company. And then if you were to explain it to me, then I'm like, okay, cool. What's that? Now I know that that was pretty insane. So my business literally was just like, boom, right? Today I'm going to share with you some of the simple ways that I was able to recruit a team, build my business up, become successful for one in a short amount of time, but also keep that train moving forward. So I'm just going to dive right in. I do want to share a couple of things about myself. The first thing I'd like to share is that I'm a dog mom. I have 3 dogs. They are like my children, my babies. Actually, me and my husband have infertility issues, so we were not able to have children of our own. So my dogs are like my whole life. I also am obsessed with Disney. I wasn't so obsessed with Disney until the incentive trip, and that was like, that happened in 2021, and it was like the most epic experience ever. And ever since then, I've just been like hardcore Disney fan. One of my favorite Disney movies is actually Up, because I think like me and my husband relate to Carl and Ellie. So I am obsessed with Up and their story. Let's see, I've had a really crazy ride with Scentsy. A lot of things have happened to me since I joined, and I want to share not my whole story, but just a little bit so that you guys understand that major things are going to happen in your life, and it's up to you to keep going and to push through those things. So some of the things that have happened were, it's always hard to talk about, but I did end up losing my dad to COVID shortly, about 6 months after I joined. About a year after I joined, I lost my father-in-law, and I almost died from uterine fibroids. So it's a thing, right? So much has happened, and there are so many reasons as to why I could have given up, could have like threw in the towel. But honest to God, like this has been the biggest blessing of my life. And that's why I want to share these simple recruiting ideas with you guys, how to grow your team, how to stay consistent in your business when things are hard, just how to grow and build those paychecks. So I'm just going to dive right in. The first thing that I want to say is that you need to share your story. Sharing your story is the best way to connect with people. As I shared with you just a second ago, maybe some of you relate to having infertility issues. Maybe some of you are obsessed with Disney. Maybe someone here has lost a parent or lost someone to COVID. All of those things, I connect with people on a large scale level because I share my story. And you guys know, we all sell the same thing. So what is going to separate you from me? It's our story. And your story, no matter how big or small you feel it is, it's so important. And there's so many people that can relate to you and your story. You just have to be brave enough to share it. So that's my first step in recruiting, right? Share your story. Get to know your people. I'm telling you, you're going to make so many connections by sharing some of the most vulnerable things that have happened in your life. Honest to God, I have a very large team. It's around 300 people. And the majority of my team have asked to join my team because they feel like they know me. I have built online connections by sharing my story. So that's tip number 1, okay? Tip number 2 is to be yourself. You guys, it's gonna feel like work if you're trying to be someone that you're not. Be you. Just be you. Show up as you. Don't try to mimic the next person. Like, you are good enough. You have to believe that you are good enough, and you have to share yourself, your stories. What is it that you're into? You can even take a second, if you would like, and write down some of the things that you feel like people know you for, right? So as I just described what people might know me for, I want you to take maybe like 15, 20 seconds right now to jot down some of the things that you feel like you're known for. Maybe you're into like, okay, I'm old, but like something I've always been obsessed with is Twilight, Team Edward, by the way, but like share that, right? Maybe it's Harry Potter. You're obsessed with Harry Potter. Maybe you're obsessed with Starbucks coffee. What is it about you that are these little traits that people can connect with? So take that time right now, write it down. Okay, I'm not going to give you a whole lot of time, but make a note, write stuff down about yourself, right? So you're going to share those things and you're going to build those relationships. The other thing that I feel that I've recruited a lot of people from is parties. Party, party, party. You can start out with your immediate friends and family and build a huge successful business from it. That's exactly what I did. I started with my friends and family and my close circle, and then those parties, every single time I book a party, my number one goal is to get another party from that party. Even if it's a $0 party, I make nothing in sales. If I get another party from that, I'm growing my network, right? I am branching out to new people. I'm sharing my stories in my parties so people can get to know me there. Always mention it. If you're doing online, even in person, share the opportunity to book another party and make it about them, not even make it about you. Like, I have this goal I have to hit, so help me do this, this, and this. No, make it about them. Make it so that they know that they're going to help their host. If they can't afford to buy something, then they can help them by throwing a party. Also, you can't afford to buy something, you can get free stuff. That's exactly how I joined the opportunities. I didn't have any money to buy anything, so I hosted a party and I got so much free stuff. So make sure that you're sharing this to benefit them. Something else that I really want to talk about is, and I'm sorry I talk really fast, but something I want to talk about is share the opportunity. If you guys are sharing the opportunity over and over and over again, you know, did you know that it takes, I think it's 7 or 9 times that someone has to see something before they're like, okay, maybe I do want this. So you have to share it, and you have to share it frequently. You don't know if that one person saw all 7 times that you posted, you know, so share it. If you're not in the habit of sharing the opportunity, you're not going to find new people. And you don't even have to share like on your social media, hey, join my team for $99, blah, 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 blah. You can share your business in other ways. So you can share it like by saying, oh my goodness, it's Scentsy payday today, and my check just paid for my son's baseball sports league. I would never have been able to do something like this for him if it wasn't for Scentsy. Share that. Whatever it is that Scentsy is doing to benefit your life, share it. For me, one of my very first paychecks, I bought a used fence on Marketplace, and I had it installed in my backyard, and one of my videos is opening the door for the very first time. My dogs have never been off of a leash, and them running in a backyard where they could just run and play. And Scentsy was the provider for that opportunity, for my dogs, for that happiness. So share all of the good things along the way, even if it's not financially. Share your relationships, share what you're learning at World Tour, share everything. And if you're not in like the right mindset to know when to show up, I'm encouraging you right now to set an alarm on your phone and take a moment to be like, okay, every Friday night at 8 p.m., I know I'm always off work, I always have time to make once a week a post that you can share the opportunity or a blessing or something, some way that Scentsy has benefited your life. So that's going to be an important step. The other thing that I want to say too is I feel like a lot of people get really stuck having the right intentions and thinking about doing something, but then like they get scared, right? And then they do all this like side work and they save all these posts and they don't actually use them. So I want you to use what you have, right? Share it. It's going to be uncomfortable in the beginning. You're going to be scared out of your mind, but just do it. Go for it. Thinking about it is not going to do anything. You have to put action into it. Let me see, something else. So really quick, I wanted to reach out to my team and I was like, hey, what is something that made you decide to join my team specifically? What was it? And here's some of the answers that I got. Some of my answers were, Mandy, you did not pressure me. you asked me a question, or I asked you a question on how I can join, and then you just left me alone to sit in my own thoughts. You weren't nagging me. You didn't feel salesy. You just answered my questions honestly and let me decide. So don't be pushy, you guys. Like, if someone has a question about joining your team, I know that we want to like word vomit and just be like, oh my God, it's so exciting, because that's how we are, right? We love it. So of course we're going to be like this, but I want you to take a deep breath and I want you to just answer their question and then let it go. And then maybe they'll come back with another. Answer that question, let it go. You don't have to throw in 15 other answers for questions that they don't have. It's going to scare people off. So that's one thing. Don't be pushy. Something else is someone said is, it was you, Mandy. It was because you show up, you're consistent, you knew so much about the product, and you made me feel comfortable. So have that product knowledge. Have that passion for what you do. Share the things that you love. Share your favorite wax bar 100 times over. Just show up for your business and be consistent. And I promise you're going to make a difference. Let me just say this. When I first started, I had no idea how many blessings would come from this. But my favorite thing about this job is watching other people succeed. I've been able to help single moms not have to get a second job so they can stay home with their kids. Like, it's the greatest blessing in the world. And don't ever feel like you're hounding people or it's not right to ask them to join. You have to think about the people that you're going to bless with this opportunity. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful world tour. And yeah, that's it. All right, bye.